Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? Another week, another episode. This is Stats Over Politics. As always, I'm your host, Shaun Holko, alongside my guy, Mr. Jaevon Toddy. Garry Singh is unable to join us tonight as he got called into work, but we will see him soon. Kaz Johnson of Kazzy Bear TV will also be joining us once again, Jaevon, for a very loaded NFL free agency special here on episode number 85 of Stats Over Politics. But Toddy, we have another guest, right? Or am I mistaken?
I think there's one more person that we may or may not have joining the show today.
I'm sure where he's really? There he is. He's in the waiting room. He is a man. He sometimes is a myth, but he's also a legend. None other than Mr. Kevin Dent.
You guys see
the program.
You know what's going on. I had to call the sources. They told me to get one fresh off the presser. So I had to make sure I got it in time for the return, man. I'm happy to be back, fellas. Happy to be back.
Not the 26 jersey.
Exactly, Toddy, because for the audio-only listeners, Kevin is rocking his brand new Saquon Barkley jersey that just came fresh off the printing press this morning. Or it could be a Miles Sanders jersey. It could also be that. But Kevin, welcome back, brother. We appreciate you for joining us. We know that you've had a lot going on in the last month with your work schedule changing, but we're glad to have you back.
I'm happy to be back, man. You guys have been holding it down, and I'm ready to get back and talk. You know, a lot of things have changed since the last time I was on the show. If you guys don't remember, the last show was before the Super Bowl. So, you know, Shaun and Toddy's hopes were all nice and high. And now they're all down and huffing and puffing. I'm texting Toddy every day, making sure the money problems aren't tight over there. You know, we saw a day one 916er have to walk away because, you know, the money's tight over there in San Francisco. Santa Clara, excuse me. But I'm happy to be back, talk a lot of football, a lot of free agency news, and get things rolling back to normal.
As you guys can tell, Kevin is coming in hot because as
hasn't changed a bit.
Hasn't changed a bit. Wouldn't expect him to. But yeah, the first episode that we did without Kevin when his work schedule got flipped around was the Super Bowl preview. Toddy and I, we were feeling great going into it. And
feeling on top of the world.
Yeah, you know, and we are no longer on top of the world. And I think that we've covered it very well in the last 5 weeks. And so we're going to keep things pushing here on episode number 85 of Stats Over Politics. Life comes at you. Life comes at you extremely fast. So NFL free agency special. And guys, there has been so much activity going on, and whoever's phone is pinging needs to put it on silent. But you know, there's been a lot going on in NFL free agency, so much so that I am not even going to take the time to read off every single move because it would take a lot of time. Instead, Toddy, I want to hear the most surprising move in your opinion thus far.
Surprising move?
Yes.
Surprising.
I mean, because I will just say for. I'll just say for me real quickly that Saquon shocked me.
That was pretty great.
But
I wasn't as shocked because Kevin's been texting me every day.
You do for weeks.
He's texted me for every day for the past couple of weeks. So I'm not as shocked. I'd say Josh Jacobs to the Packers was kind of eye-opening. I didn't really expect that. Kirk Cousins to Atlanta was a little shocking too, just because of what it kind of the domino effects of everything, kind of like where the hell is Justin Fields going to go now? So now it's like that, Shaun, that stock that we're holding, the Justin Fields fan club, it's getting very, very low. But does that mean we buy more stock, Shaun? I'm not sure about that.
Yes, I will. I will buy your shares. I already bought Kevin's. I'll buy yours too.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just a bunch going on right now. I mean, we saw that Eric Armstead, as Kev already alluded to yesterday, got released. I thought that was pretty shocking too. But for the most part, it's kind of just been a lot kind of just going on, like bang, bang. Pretty much been pretty, steady like all day. The first, I'd say 30 minutes of free agency, it was kind of just like nothing was happening. And then the floodgates just opened right after that. So I had NFL Live on and all the specials going on in the background, so I could kind of just not have to look at my phone every 2 seconds. But Kevin, was keeping up with the group chat and, being
Kevin
our Adam Schefter. Yeah, Kevin Schefter. He was basically breaking all the news. And even before the news came out about Saquon Barkley, I just posted in a group chat. I said, "I hate you, Kevin." He did. I already knew he was gonna post it because I saw the notification from Schefter, but I knew I wasn't gonna be quick enough to post it in the group chat because Kevin already had it lined up and ready to go. So that would probably be the most shocking of the day. Was definitely the Saquon Barkley news. There's we're gonna get into everything, but I mean just. A bunch kind of just happened all at once. So we're all just trying to just take in everything. And we just got to remember that everybody, there's a bunch of new guys on new teams now. Like there's been so many signings today that I haven't really even got to mention or look about anything. Like I even saw that Patrick Queen, he's going to Seattle. And I was like, whoa, I didn't see that come. Like he was a big time player on that Ravens defense. Austin Eckler's going to the Commanders, which is kind of crazy.
Letters.
And there's just a bunch of and then you look at Dallas Cowboys, didn't do diddly squat, nothing all day.
Same old.
Hey, and I'm sorry to interrupt you, Toddy, but just another NFL free agency alert. This one is hot off the presses here at 7:12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as running back Zach Moss is signing a 2-year, $8 million deal with the Bengals. That's not what is significant. What is significant is the Bengals are releasing Joe Mixon. So another great running back out on the market. But Toddy, you definitely nailed it there, that there has been so much going on that it's really been hard to keep up with. And so, Kevin, let's start out with you in regard to Saquon Barkley, the guy whose name you'll be putting with duct tape on the back of that jersey you're wearing. Just what did you think about this move? Because from my perspective, and I'm really trying to put my hater hat aside, just from my unbiased perspective, this is a big boom or bust move. Like this could be huge for the Eagles and be an absolute game changer, or I'm knocking on wood, and I mean that genuinely, or Saquon deals with injuries and it's kind of a swing and a miss. So what do you think about the Saquon move so far, Kevin?
It was huge, man. It was huge. It brings a lot of different to the table. I honestly thought that we were going to take a page out of your guys' book. We have a good O-line. We invested in our O-line. We can have Elijah Mitchell run back there. We can have anybody run back there, and we're going to have productive seasons. And for the past 2 years is what we did. We saw Miles Sanders come in there, have his first 1,000-yard season. Then we see DeAndre Swift go in there and have a first 1,000-yard season. And we really just commit to the O-line and saying, whoever's going to be back there, we're going to do it. We haven't paid a running back since Shady McCoy. That was a long time ago. So to see how we really just, commit to this and say, I think this was a move because we got figured out. It was really apparent when Nick Bosa came out there and said, we put the blueprint out there. It was from there. I hate to say it, but that was the downfall of the season, and we just got vanilla. Yeah, you can blame play calling, you can blame Jalen Hurts regressing, whatever you want to say. But for us to now add another option, we saw Dallas Goedert go down, so it was hard to really get Smitty and AJ going down. We saw AJ go down. It was really hard to get Smitty and Goddard going. So getting Saquon Barkley, another guy who can get out the backfield and also run, brings a lot to the table. So I'm just ecstatic to have Saquon Barkley here. And like Toddy mentioned, we have been talking about this for a couple of days. As soon as I saw the news that Swift was he was unrestricted, he was out, Toddy texted me. So what's up? 3 for 24? I sent a whole bunch of gifts. There's a door. Don't let the door hit you, where the good Lord split you. All type of stuff. I said, Toddy, we got 19. If you want to go out there and take a Booby Sanders deal, then by all means, go ahead. The grass isn't always greener. Miles Sanders ran for less than 400 yards this season and got his position taken from a rookie named Chuba Hubbard. So, he wanted his money, and God bless him. He took us to a Super Bowl. I'm never going to have no hate in my heart for him. And yes, everybody, this is a Miles Sanders jersey. I wish it was a Saquon Barkley jersey. I wish I had enough confidence to just go and make a random jersey just to come out here and spite everybody. But I'm really excited now. I can't wait to hear what Kaz has to say.
Well, thank you, Kevin, for tossing me the lob on that one, because now joining us from the great state of Iowa, none other than Mr. Kaz Johnson of Kazzy Bear TV, another Philadelphia Eagles fan. So our panel is officially split, 50% 49ers, 50% Eagles. Kaz, how are we doing?
Oh, can you guys hear me? Am I good?
We got you. Yep.
All right, perfect. I'm doing good. I'm doing pretty damn good. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not gonna lie to you, bro. Not gonna lie to you, man. Obviously, you guys already got started talking about some of the. I was listening in on my phone. And I do want to apologize for those who have been waiting on me for whatever reason, but my car tire popped on the way back from the gas station today, so I had to like tend to that like leading into the show. So we're good now. I'm here, and yeah, we got fucking Saquon, dog. I mean, we got fucking Saquon Barkley, man.
Well, so how do you feel about it? Because I'm glad you're here. Thank you for joining us as always. We really appreciate you. As Toddy likes to say, life be lifing, and so I'm glad you were able to handle that tire issue. But you sound very excited about this Saquon signing. The thing I was saying to Kevin, as you might have heard, is from the unbiased perspective, it seems like it's a real boomer bust move. But how do you evaluate the Saquon Barkley signing for the Eagles, Kaz?
So when it first happened, and for those of you who follow me on Twitter, I did say I got asked by somebody random on Twitter like how I felt about it, and then I also commented on I believe like the initial whoever posted it first, and I was like, I was indifferent because I don't like to get too hyped on certain things. When teams get a player, it's like I'm not one to go Super Bowl. This is it. We did it. We got him. I'm not one of those guys because I've seen it, backfire time and time again. I was like, okay, what do you get signed for? Let me see it because I was high on DeAndre Swift. I tweeted today. I said, freezing cold take, and it was a YouTube short that I made about how the Philadelphia Eagles need to keep DeAndre Swift by any means necessary.
Oh, I made sure he saw that.
yeah. And it was a freezing cold take. I mean, and I still kind of stand by the, what I said. It's like, our biggest issue wasn't the running back position. We didn't even use Swift. So it's like, it is a boomer bust move. It's like, what are we doing this for? I'm not mad at it. I mean, we got fucking Saquon Barkley. Why would I be mad about that? What team besides you guys, obviously? I mean, that'd be kind of strange if you got rid of McCaffrey for him, but like, you probably can't name 28 teams that would be mad if they got Saquon Barkley right now. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. So we have a fucking crazy great running back, and he's healthy now, and he's going to be going behind one of the best offensive lines in the league. Even without Jason Kelce, we still have a lot of depth, and we have a really good offensive line. So this is going to be the best line that Saquon Barkley is going to be running behind, and it's going to be exciting to see. I would just say that seeing DeAndre Swift sign for, I think, what was it, 20 mil, right, to the Bears?
24 million.
24?
24 million. It was the exact contract that I spewed up for Kevin.
Yeah. And I won't lie to you. I don't know, like, what's guaranteed and whatnot. I know what's Saquon. He's guaranteed, 26? Or is it 30?
I don't even know his guarantee.
Kevin said it's 27. You're kind of
27.5. Sorry. I didn't
Thank you. Yeah. Yep. So 27 guaranteed. It's like, yeah, we paid him a lot of money. And he has the potential to make a lot more than that. And it's like, you just can't be mad at it. So as someone who from the outside in is like, all right, let's pump the brakes here a bit. Let's see what the two contracts look like. You were high on DeAndre Swift. He's gone now. Was it worth it? And when I sat and thought about it for a couple hours, I was like, it was worth it. It's worth it. We do have other holes to fill. I would have much rather, I guess, gone more defense right away, because that has been our main problem area when it's all said and done. We have brand new coordinators, so we get to figure that out. But at the end of the day, DeAndre Swift was not the problem. He was actually a big part of the solution. We just upped the ante a little bit in the running back position, and we're gonna find out. But all in all, I can't not be excited about Saquon Barkley. I can't not be excited about it. This is the best running back possibly that we're ever going to have to suit up for Philadelphia.
Shady?
Possibly. Because coming out of college, you got to pick between Ryan Westbrook, LaShawn McCoy, the Deuce Staleys, the Crow Buckhalters, and Saquon Barkley. Who are you picking?
Saquon Barkley.
So there is a very, very, very high reward possibility from Saquon Barkley. You can't be mad at that. It's that simple.
Coming home.
And Toddy, rather than asking you about Saquon directly, I wanted to ask you about the turnover of running backs in the NFL, because as Adam Schefter tweeted earlier, after the Austin Eckler signing with the Durs in Washington, there has been a lot of change with NFL running backs thus far through free agency. So obviously, as we just mentioned, Saquon Barkley's on the Eagles, Josh Jacobs is on the Packers, Austin Eckler's on the Commanders, Tony Pollard goes from the Cowboys to the Titans, DeAndre Swift from the Eagles to the Bears, Devin Singletary from the Bills to the Giants, Gus Edwards from the Ravens to the Chargers, and Antonio Gibson from the Durs to the Patriots. And so, Toddy, thus far, even though there's guys like Derrick Henry and Aaron Jones and Joe Mixon as of 9 minutes ago that are out there floating around still on the market, of these signed running backs, which do you think is the best signing, Toddy, when it comes to overall impact that they'll bring to their new team?
I mean, obviously got to look at Saquon Barkley. We all kind of knew what type of talent he was going into it, and just kind of just being in New York and wasting away. Being with the Daniel Jones, being with an older Eli Manning and the Danny DeVito and just all these other guys that were just kind of just flaunting around. He now has a chance to play meaningful football. I mean, I guess he kind of was. What was it, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, they did make the playoffs with Dable.
Yeah, they got a playoff win with Dable. That is. So now you're kind of looking at it with this team that he's going to. Essentially, it's a super offense. You got Jalen Hurts, you got Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown, and go ahead, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert. I mean, you got a good offense. So we'll see if how everything kind of pans out. If healthy, I mean, this could be one of the best offenses in the league. Let's call a spade here. So I really like that signing for the Eagles. I was Kevin kind of convinced me because he just kept on just like sending me constant messages that he's going to the Eagles. He's going to the Eagles. And I'm just like, I thought he was going to go to LA. I saw something about like Houston, CJ Stroud was trying to get him. But then, you start seeing more and more things about the Eagles. As the days go by, you start seeing more and more people start talking about Saquon to the Eagles. And then it's kind of just like, all right, it's probably going to happen. And, Kev probably helped me out a little bit with, his sentiments and everything that he was sending me. So I really thought the Josh Jacobs signing to the Packers was really, really good. They got a great running back, somebody who can be a 3-down back. He needs to stay healthy. That's one thing that's going to and that's kind of something that the Packers have been dealing with Aaron Jones being hurt. He was hurt for literally basically the entire season. And just came back in the playoffs and showed out, which was why I was kind of surprised the Packers signed a Josh Jacobs, who kind of was dealing with injuries at the latter end of last year. So, and then Aaron Jones, he balled out in both playoff games. So I thought he definitely made a statement. So he's going to be another free agent out there kind of looking for his next team. So there's a bunch of guys kind of still out there. Derrick Henry's still out there. Joe Mixon is now going to be out there. There's some solid running backs still out there on the market that are probably going to get solid deals. So the Commanders getting Austin Eckler, as I already mentioned earlier, was I think he's kind of, this is more of a potential signing because it's kind of based off of who the Commanders get at 2 when they're drafting. So he's probably looking at it like he's going to another young quarterback, and the Commanders are going to be on the up and up. So there's just a lot kind of just, there's so much more besides running backs, but I mean, a lot of crazy signings today. But as far as what was the best running back sign, the best situation, it has to be Saquon Barkley, just based off of, what we all, he was the highest, I think the last highest running back to get drafted. I think he was drafted like
before Bijan, it was Saquon.
It was like third or fourth.
I think it was fourth.
He was like top 5 for sure. Because I remember Zeke
was he 2? Was he 2? I think he was actually 2. I think he was 2.
So
I'll look that up.
There was Zeke who got drafted high. I mean, we can go.
Zeke was 4. I know that for sure. But I think Saquon was 2.
We can go.
He was 2.
Yeah, we can go all the way back to when Ricky Williams was drafted number 1 overall. So,
yeah. Number 2 back in 2018.
His potential is, sky's the limit for running backs. And this could be, I'm not sure about this year's draft, but I don't know if we'll ever kind of go back. Are we going to see another dynamic besides obviously Bijan Robinson is probably the closest thing to him? I kind of think that their games are very similar, but are we going to really see, running backs get drafted inside of the top 5? Like Saquon got drafted top 4 or as 2, as you already said. Bijan, I think he was like 8th. So he was still
that is
top
correct.
10, and then Jahmyr Gibbs went 12th, I believe. So are we going to see, guys going inside of the top 5? I don't know if we see that unless it's just like can't miss. He's one of them ones. So Saquon is indeed one of the ones, as Kev likes to say on the show. So got to give props to Howie Roseman. Niners haven't done shit today. I mean, we got a couple of guys.
Yeah, well, the Niners did sign 3rd and Jaevon to a 1-year tender, so that's good.
First and second down, Jaevon, next year.
Thank you, Kevin. And so, anyways, what I wanted to follow up with that is, yeah, there's all the guys that have been signed. But Kevin, I want to toss this to you next because we've talked about all the guys. Or actually, I'm going to toss it to Kaz first. But we've been talking about all the guys that are still out there, whether if it be Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon. So Kaz, among the running backs that are still out there, who do you think is the best available, and where do you think they may go? But before I do get that answer, I just wanted to also get a second point in because Toddy was talking about the upcoming draft. Daniel Jeremiah of NFL Network was saying the reason why he thinks this running back market ended up getting a lot more than we all anticipated is because this upcoming draft, there's not going to be any first-round running backs. Like, you'll get guys drafted in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, teams taking shots, but there won't even be first-round talent at running back as far as the 2024 NFL draft. So that makes these guys that are still available, Kaz, much more valuable than they would have been. And so among the guys that are remaining, Kaz, who do you think is the best out there and where should they go?
Real quick, could you give me that list again? I know you have it on deck. You had Derrick Henry. You got Joe Mixon as of recent. Who else is available right now?
You also got Aaron Jones, who is also still
he just got cut.
Those are the 3 big guys: is Aaron Jones, Derrick Henry, and Joe Mixon, and I'll find the other couple that are still out there. But those are the top 3.
I mean, like, pretty much, I think the biggest one out of the 3 is still going to be probably Derrick Henry. I think that if he has the right line, they're immediately going to be a problem in the backfield, no matter what. No matter how we get it, he's gotten old, but he's kind of the exception to the rule. For a while there, they were talking about Derrick Henry going to Baltimore, or even possible rumors, because every time there's a free agent, Philadelphia Eagles media is like, rumor has it, the Eagles have reached out to so and so. I'm like, man, Derrick Henry behind the Eagles O-line